Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
On the set. 53. Check 53. All right, T. Let's go. All right, T. Get up.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
To throw on second down, Black. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back to throw. Black. And that's caught by Smith. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
50, plant.
First down, Chicago.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Go. 30 base.
On second down, it's Carson. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now it's Carson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Looking to throw. Black. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
he wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now, Boyce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On 3rd down, Boyce. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
On 2nd down, Boyce. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Hey, watch the slant. Pilot, 64. Weak. Yo, go. Check 24.
They'll try the left side. Boyce. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Go.
They're going to try and throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
On 1st down, Black. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. He was a 3rd-round pick, not rounds 1 or 2, but this franchise, they think he can be something with time.
There were a few teams that thought he would...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, Black. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Black rolling to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now this one complete on the slant route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's bring it. Check 26, check 25, go.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Over the middle Incomplete. That's Mills. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Right there. 54. Right there.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go, D.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is indeed good. And that will do it for this first half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right. Hey, Alpha. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll drop the throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Black, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 3rd and long. Black, and the pressure gets to him again. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And after the punt, they have a long way to go if they want to tie this football game.
And when you say a long way to go, you mean the full 99 yards backed up almost as far as you can be. And they also have to be aware that the defense is going to come after them. A lot of defense will blitz and attack in this situation, hoping to cause a little bit of havoc.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Boyce. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now. Boyce. And some space here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolute unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Boyce. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. On second down, Boyce.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Hey, lock it. Out.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Hey, foxtrot. Look at me. Zipper. Switch. 5.
On second down now, Boyce. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Leo. We got double up. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Boyce. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 11 yards out. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
all level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run again with Carson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking to throw. Black. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tack McKinley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Sanders. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
You got nothing. Go team, spell. Hey, go. Ready.
On 1st down, Boyce. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Rock it, go. Hey, Charlie.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Boyce. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Touchdown, Chicago! Allen Robinson, 46 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Trailing 17-10, and time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get smooth. Right there. 54. Right down.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Hey, 7.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He'll look to throw. Now in desperation, it's caught inside the 25. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. A very important extra point there, up and good. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as it kicks away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
If they do that. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Black. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And Sanders now to return. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. The Bills, they've grabbed the lead over the Jets. A win would be their first of the young season. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now it all comes down to the left foot of their kicker. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Pick it up. Hey, Delta. Shoot.
Now back to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now a first throw here in overtime. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Black in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Tack McKinley able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
Pull it high.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Let's go.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game. where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Vikings, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a